That's a good one. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. 10LA, small town angler. So we're just, this place I hadn't fished it. Haven't been here fished this for a while. I always call it the horseshoe pond because it's kind of shaped like a horseshoe. It's got a little island. Been pretty nice lately. It's only been getting about to the mid 80s. We've had a lot of weather coming in, quite a bit of rain. So the water levels are back up to normal. Some places a little bit higher. But yeah, so I just want to take these two lures here and come out and try to catch a couple bass, hopefully a couple good ones, maybe a bigger one. I think the biggest bass I've caught here at this location here, 2.5 pounds. I think it's probably about the biggest. There are some bigger bass in here, and I've heard of some people catching some pretty good bass out of here. So maybe today be one of them days and get on a big one. But nonetheless, just gonna get some line in the water and have a great time. I hope y'all enjoy today's content. If y'all do, please smash that thumbs up button, and hey, let's get some line in the water. Let's try to get on some fish. All right, I'm already seeing some activity, kind of popping up right here already. I'm going to throw this worm. Here's the black and blue worm here. Here we go. Just get on Texas rig here. Yeah. And the way I like to fish my worms here, like with this goes for any kind of ribbed and tailed style worm or bait. Now I'll get it out there, so I let it sit, and I want to pop it 1, 2, and let it sit. I'm just gonna leave it there. You know, 5 to 10 seconds. Sometimes you gotta go a little, just take your time. I mean, it's maybe not the fastest way of fishing, but it is productive. So again, just 1, 2, and I just had a little bump there, right when I want to move it there. So that's it. 2. And the reason I take a little while between my paws instead of just a pop real quick is I want that bait to come up, and then I want it to go back down, all the way down. 1, and then the bait hits. 2. And for my slack, I don't reel it up too tight. Keep a hair of slack in there, because when that fish is grabbing on the bottom there, and they're going to go hit it, and you get that line too tight, they're going to have pressure against it right away. So if they just got the back of that worm and you go to take off with it and got pressure right away, a lot of times they're just going to spit it or let it go. So I'll even drag it as well. There we go. Drop it on the edge. So hit the bottom. Pop. Oh man, missed him. I waiting too long on that. Okay, and then no, when I have misses and stuff like that, unless I know something really had a good hold on it, I'll go ahead and just let it fall back. Let it fall back down. There we go. Got him. Stay down, baby. Stay down. Got him. Oh yeah. Come on. Woo. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Yeah. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Beautiful fish there. All right, get another look at her. Beautiful bass. Give a little kiss for good luck, because that seems to work for me. I can't quite get too close. I'm going to give her a little toss here. Whoa, feisty little thing. All right. Yeah. That's bass number 1. Got it on the, like I said, just using a Texas rig here, the black and blue ribbon-tailed worm, and green pumpkin red flake kind of worm. He tore that up. Kind of solid bait. Ow. But since, you know, when your water gets a little darker, you got a little bit more mud and stuff, and it stirred up, and all that soot and stuff on the bottom like that stirred up on the tank, you got to go a little bit darker. Some fish can kind of find it better. Okay, I'm gonna mark it right there. Sorry, camera. I'm gonna mark it where your bait's gonna go through at. Try to keep it as centered as possible. It sometimes just takes a little practice doing it. There you go. Be sure to, I'll do a non-exposed. So instead of bringing the hook all the way through, I'll just pull the bait down on the hook and just leave it at that and let the hook set kind of pull it through the bait. But we'll go through a lot more bait that way. All right. So just gonna let the worm sit. Pop, pop. That's it. Pop, pop. Just let it sit. And that's how I like to fish a ribbon-tailed worm. Now, if for whatever reason that bite on that, like if I'm not getting any bites at all using that specific technique, what I'll start doing is dragging it. Now, you can either drag it by pulling the rod tip across your body like that and just kind of stop, just a shorter pause than what you normally would, and then just do a pause. Sometimes you can't, if you get a bunch of gunk on there like that, some places you can't quite drag it like that, but so you can drag it that way where you come across your body, or you can do it this way. All right, you can do it like this too. So what you're gonna do, it's almost like doing a swim jig, I guess is a way to put it. You bring your tip up. Just bring your tip slowly up as you bring the rod towards you, and then just let it sit, and then repeat it. Just kind of slowly bring your rod tip up while bringing the rod kind of towards you, just like this. And that's how that's another way I like to drag the worm. Now that's two different ways, two different styles there to fish the ribbon tail that I like to fish or prefer. And then this is going to be a third way here. I'll show y'all real quick. Let's clean this off. And I know sometimes it gets a lot of work. It can be real repetitive. You got to sit here and bring your bait in, clean it off, bring it almost every cast or whatnot. But you know, a little bit of work there, it does pay. It will pay itself off, because the fish are going. That's where sometimes the fish are going to be in the deeper stuff like that, just because it's either cooler or warmer depending on the time of year. And it's good places for them to sit in thicker stuff so they can ambush bait fish as well. All right, so the third way I like to do this is do I got a fish on there? Nope. There we go. Popped it through. Sometimes you can kind of give it a good pop and it'll pull it through that thicker stuff there. But some other way I like to fish it is just like that drag. Just bring your rod tip up, drag it for a little bit, pop, and let it set. So you can kind of drag it, pop, and then let it sit. So you got drag, pop, let it sit. You got where you just drag it, or you can just pop it and let it sit. Those are the three ways that I will fish a ribbon-tailed worm that have been 3 different successful ways of catching bass. So my favorite one is probably where I pop it and let it sit. That's probably my favorite one. It is a very slow way of fishing, but it's been a successful way of fishing for me. Ooh, I see a good old wake over here. There's a fish. And when I'm fishing, that's one thing I'll do a lot of. I will concentrate and pay most of my attention on what I'm doing at that time. Ooh, See a big old fish just coming. Okay. But I also will pay attention to what else is going on around me. Here we go. So, like, see, I just see a big old blow up, and I watched the wakes of where the fish was going. So I'll try to get around in that area. I'll go ahead and just make a quick cast over there and see if he's still there or around there somewhere, or she, whichever fish it may be. And then if I don't get nothing, I'll go ahead and just go back to where the spot that I was kind of picking apart. So what I'm doing here is I'm just casting towards that island, trying to get on the edge of that vegetation right there, maybe right on that. Got him. Yes. Stay down, baby. Whoo, come on. Yes. There's two right there. Easy, buddy. Feisty little thing. Whew, that one's a lot heavier. That one's pot. There we go. Kiss for good luck. Thanks, bud. Look in the water. Here we go. Fish number two. Woo! So I'm seeing fish rippling up around this tree here. So a non-fast action rod, you'd want to do your pops, you'd want to do them a lot lighter. So if you got a little tip that gives a little bit, you can kind of put a little more pressure on your pops, if that makes sense. But if you have a heavier tip where your tip it doesn't have hardly any give, you want to give it a less firm of a pop. You want to kind of pop it a lot softer, because it's going to give more direct or immediate action to your lure. If that makes any sense. I like to explain in person, but sometimes it's not always possible. So I just want to explain the best way I can through this video for y'all. And we're getting some rain. What's up with me and fishing in the rain? That's all every time I turn, every other video I've been trying to make lately, it's just like, you're getting rained on today. Okay. Now, anytime you see any structure in the water like this, you got some tree in the water or limb, whatever it may be, always try to fish around it. Oh, that's coming down good. And then when I cast, a lot of times if I want to make a softer cast, sometimes you want to try to make a softest land as you can, so you don't spook the fish. And what I'll do is I'll actually cast onto the stuff there, especially if I got a little bit lighter weight on there, and just kind of just drag it across the top there and let it fall right at the edge. And a lot of times them fish will hit it right there when you bring it across the edge of that vegetation, let it drop straight down. Them fish are there along the edge there. A lot of times they'll pop it right then. So just kind of dragging across the top there, and right there and hit the edge, just let it drop. Kind of water as well. You throw a June bug. A June bug is a very popular color, and it's a very good color choice for a lot of bodies of water. So any kind of stained water, June bug is definitely a go-to color for me. I personally, I like to use the ribbon-tailed Zoom June bug worm. I've had a lot of good success fishing with that worm. I've caught a lot of bass on that style for a long time. It's one of the lures when I was younger and in high school still. That's actually one of the lures, or the main lure I would always use to go out and fish and catch fish on. On top of another lure I would use that I really like to use a lot was a rooster tail. The like a 1/8 ounce. It's the green and orange, black dotted rooster tail. That's always been a real good lure, you know, especially fishing ponds and stuff. It's always been a real good lure for me. If I'm walking up to this bank here, I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here and make a cast. And just kind of do like a little bit quicker retrieval. Just because if there's a fish sitting on the bank right there, you want to walk up and spook them and then kind of lose the opportunity of catching that fish right there. So that's just a little quick tip that I like to try to do when I'm walking up to a spot to fish. Ooh. Ooh, trying to catch a tree bass now. Oh man. Change right of his mouth. Got him, got him. Come on, baby, come here. Whoo, yes. Easy, easy. Got him. That is what I'm talking about. Yes. There we go. Fish number 3 there. Kiss for good luck. Get your release on since we can here. Whoa! There he goes. Go on. Come on, buddy. There he goes. He found his way. Yeah, that was awesome. Go ahead and start fishing the jig now. There we go. That is. Oh, let's fish the jig. Another way I like to fish jig is swimming. So I'll let it sit. I'll just drag it. Alright, sorry about that, everybody. My GoPro died on me when I started using the jig. I have this one charging in and it's pretty steady. It's only on like a couple of Yes, that's a good one. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Oh, stay on, baby, stay on, stay on, stay on. Woo! Yes. That's what I'm talking about right there. Woo! 3 pounds, 9 ounces. 9 ounces.